Good, good. All right, everyone, we'll get started now. Coach, if you could start us off, looking at the box score on paper, it looks like a Big Ten shootout on the road, but, it really came down to defense as far as getting your team back in the game after going down 20. So then what was the big difference after you came back in the second half?
Defense, and we weren't. That's why we were talking about yesterday, because we have too many situations where we don't have enough people that even know the defense, basic defense, and that's disappointing. I think that the veterans were responding that this is amazing. We are having an extremely difficult time trying to understand how we could score those many points against Iowa and close to those many points against Maryland, and then still lose the game. That's crazy, especially when we have been a great defensive team. But we as a group have got to make more of a commitment. And so we were talking about it, and we're going to be about it, not just talk about it, but be about it, because we obviously don't understand that who we are. And we got to, and at one point, got into a shootout at the OK Corral with Iowa. Heck, Iowa, that's what they do, and it doesn't make any sense. And so we all of a sudden forgot our lane, and we went into another person's lane and try to do them what they love to do. So and that's disappointing, to all of us, and there were times we just went away from it. I think you would think that we would be a little more poised, but I think that the truth of the matter is that we were really dealing with young people that didn't understand and don't understand, and hopefully this is a serious wake-up call, and it's where we decide that this is who we are. People are not scoring a game. That's just the way it is, and we're going to be really upset. We win a game, and we've allowed more than that, because we're too used to leading the nation in playing defense for so many years. That's what we do, but we sort of got into it like, wow, that's pretty nice. They shoot a three, we shoot a three. So we keep on, then we start missing, and then we start missing, and then we start missing. And so I thought that we didn't allow ourselves to execute as much as we needed to, and we weren't aware as much as we needed to be of all people that are on the floor. So that's something seriously that we've got to fix. And I know that me and the coaching staff are committed to bringing this back and being a great defensive team. And the same thing with, for whatever reason, we just weren't alert. There were things, for example, when the ball's taken out of bounds. This is crazy. The ball should never have been taken out of bounds to be passed in, and we don't have a person that's on the ball. I didn't even recognize what was going on today. So it's like, whoa. So it was worthwhile for us as a group to talk to our team to find out, did they recognize who they are and what was going on. And I don't know. They know that we were stunned. We were stunned because we can't believe, which is true though, that we could score the kind of points that we did, and then still come out on the losing end of it. And at the end of the day, we've just got to maintain. I think that we have an idea, but just have got to be focused a lot more, and to the point where this team as a group really get into the defensive mindset, and we haven't done that. We say that we have, but truly we aren't. There's no way in the world anybody that's ever played us would ever believe that we could score those points and still lose. Are you kidding me? No. So no, no, we'll come back. We'll be right.
Thank you, Coach. We'll go to Mike for the first question.
Good evening, Coach. How are you?
Good. How are you, Mike?
I'm good. Coach, you touched on it a little bit in your intro there, but you've had 3 conference games now, one nice win, 2 very close, tough losses. It's only 3 games, but do you have a handle on what you have, what your team is yet, or is that still something you're working through?
Oh, we're working through it. No, I don't have a handle on it because what I was saying is that we talk about it, but we aren't. If we're not about it. We're not. We can't. We're not being about it. So it's one thing to talk. It's another thing to do, and that's where just basic things. I mean, it's not that we don't know defense. I think that many years, most people would say, okay, Rutgers is, if anything, they're an outstanding defensive team. So we've been able to carry that, that piece. But as several of our players were saying today, they would rather win the game by a point, and but win the game by 2 points or 1 point, whatever, than to lose by the numbers that we are. And I think that if it hurts enough, because a loss is a loss, as far as I'm concerned. Hey, we lost the game. I'm upset. We are upset. And so in order to promise ourselves that and vow to ourselves that we can do something about this, and that we're going to, let me just say it like this. You can't imagine, we are, the players, the young people are going to be okay. But I'm serious, we've got a lot of work. And truthfully, it doesn't help us because we didn't get a chance to work out, in September. So we're coming in here without the basis of a basic defense, basic man-to-man defense. And we do so many things off the man-to-man defense, and we couldn't and didn't do it now. And the reason why we didn't is because we don't understand philosophically. We don't understand defense. I don't. It's like people play defense in high school, but I don't know if that they really play defense. And we don't really know what it is, but we're going to know as soon as we get home. It's too bad that we don't have an opportunity to come back home and then go to practice right after we get home, because I know that I'm anxious. I want to get back in the gym and start practicing. But but it is what it is. So we'll try to relax and back off of it. But it's just a lot of young people that don't understand. And Coach Eatman he's great. He always is saying to me, he said, "Don't worry, it's going to take a time. It's going to take time." That's all. But honestly, we've gone through things so many times that the veteran players are probably frustrated because it doesn't make sense. Let me just say this, and I'll just say it like this. It just doesn't make sense where we are and where we should have been and where we could be. That's why I probably called Coach Gators a couple days ago and said to her, I would love to have all of your players, because she is a brilliant coach. She teaches the players how to play this game. And so she's the same person that coached, Cappy Pondexter, and coached T-Baby. But anybody that's coming from those programs are glued in automatically to the defensive side of things, and they do understand conceptually what's going on. And that's what we're dealing with. But we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
We got time for one more. We'll go to Tim.
Hey, Coach. I hope you're doing well. I know that this wasn't the effort that you were looking for, but I know that you had Takia Mack back on the floor, and then Mael Giles also played very well. So I was wondering if you could just talk about those two, despite in a losing effort, though, playing fairly well, especially Takia Mack coming back on the floor after that injury.
Yeah, we're grateful for that, and it was good to see Nakia Mack back. And as you might imagine, we thought that she was going to be out the whole year, but she's back. It's much quicker than what we would have thought. So we're grateful for that happening. Of course, I don't know what happened to Zippy, and that's the reason why you saw Diamond Johnson out there for as long a period of time as you did. And it's not that Diamond isn't and hasn't done an incredibly great job as a freshman, but keep in mind, she is a freshman. And there are a number of things that we wanted to do that in the situations that we were in, it would have been easier had we been able to put veteran players on the floor and run a number of different defenses. And I think that would have been key for us. But it's okay. We're just going to have to continue to work and buy into the defensive side of things.
Thank you so much, Coach. Safe travels, and we'll see everybody on Sunday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Happy New Year's to everybody.